Why are you watching this video? Because you know you can't keep doing what you've been doing? You just keep gaining weight, not getting any healthier? Is it because you think your time might be running out? Because you've failed over and over to fix these things? Well, good morning, everybody. I'm Mitch. As usual, I'm cooking my breakfast. But before I even introduce myself, I wanted to give you a little something to think about. You know, if you've watched me over the past few months, you know that the main subject of my channel and my message and my insights have always pointed in the direction of addiction as the number one, most important, most overlooked cause of all of the answers to those questions I just asked you, which I got to admit, you're probably not happy with, because that was my life. I wasn't happy with that either. Constantly failing on diets, constantly getting older and sicker, searching drastically for some advice, somebody who sounded like they actually had an answer to it, and never finding it till I found it on my own. You know, most of us are addicts. We're all addicted to something. That something may be a substance, could be carbohydrates, it could be alcohol, could be nicotine, could be painkillers. Substances are easy to get addicted to because they interact chemically in our normal biochemical functioning. We could also be addicted to activities. You could be addicted to sex for sure, because nothing gives you a dopamine hit like that. You can be addicted to social media, where you find yourself getting a dopamine hit just from scrolling endlessly, for fear you might miss something that might give you a little rush or give you a little entertainment or make you feel happy. You can be addicted to video games. You can be addicted to any activity, no matter how obscure, that gives you any kind of comfort or fun for that matter. So the first step in fixing virtually anything that's making you unhappy in life or causing you problems would be to try to identify an addiction at the root cause of it. And that's the hard part. That's the hard part. You know, none of us think we're addicts. We won't admit to ourselves that we're not strong, that we're in control, that we have willpower. The reality is we don't understand how addictions even control us. I've been trying to go down that rabbit hole, and it does take some understanding, but it takes a lot of introspection and a lot of thought and self-analysis. Substance addiction, like alcohol addiction, nicotine addiction, are easier to come to terms with than food addiction is, because eating is something we think we just can't live without. That's probably true, but we could live without alcohol and cigarettes. What we don't realize is that the carbohydrate addiction, in my opinion, is far above any of the other addictions. Not only in the number of us that are addicted to it, but in the difficulty to get rid of it and treat it. Again, the first thing that's necessary to treat any addiction is to fess up, acknowledge it, think about your history. And one of the surest ways to know if you're a food addict or not, and know how strong you are, is to basically say, I think I'm going to give this carnivore thing a try for 30 days. I'm going to do it for 30 days. I can do it. I have willpower. I'm strong. Nothing controls me. Take that personal challenge, not a challenge on an internet site that requires you to sign up and measure your success against other people, but a personal challenge to challenge your own, I hate to use the word arrogance, but that's what it is. 99+% of you will not make it through the first 30 days, but you'll have a good excuse. I know I did. You'll have a good reason. You will rationalize the fact that, well, I did it, but I didn't think it was really that good for me, so I thought I better maybe stop doing it because I think maybe I might hurt myself. We all do that. We all rationalize. Well, I'm just gonna eat that crap one more time. I promise. I promise this is the last time. And on the first of next week, or the first of next month, or the first of next year, or on the first day of my reincarnation, whatever you believe, I promise. I know I can do it. I have control. I'm strong. You don't. I don't. None of us do. Step down a peg. Admit to yourself, it's a weakness. It's a conscious weakness. We have no control over a subconscious mind that can invent rationalizations whenever they're necessary, feed those rationalizations to our conscious mind, and we say, I can buy that. Okay, no problem. I'm not doing this. I fell off the wagon. I ate that crap. And here are 37 reasons why it couldn't be that maybe I have no control over it. God, not for me, maybe for other people, but not me. Well, I don't want to insult anybody because I've been there myself. I have exhibited all those symptoms. I thought that I was in control, and it wasn't until about a year and a half ago, the day I finally woke up and said, you know what? I'm just not as strong or in control as I think. Acknowledge the fact that there are mechanisms, biochemistry, and other things we have no control over consciously at work that feed our animal brain and physiology what it thinks it needs. And that's why we can't do it. Now, treating addiction, managing addiction is a whole field unto itself. Problem is there's a lot of good information out there about managing addictions. But until our society actually considers carbohydrate addiction as a legitimate, real addiction, most people who are carb addicts don't know they're carb addicts, won't admit they're carb addicts, until enough of these people actually start crying up, hey, I'm an addict too. If you can call alcoholism a disease, why not carb addiction? After all, it's killing more people than alcoholism does. It all starts with an honest talk with yourself. And that's why I'm making this video. Call it tough love. We'll talk about more in future videos on the subject of treating the addiction. How do you work around it? How do you hack it? How do you con it? I've already done that. I'll keep doing it again because I always get new people watching. But for the purpose of this video today, for the purpose of this, if you can come out of this and say to yourself, maybe this clown's got a point, and start looking inward at your actual actions over your life, about all the times you failed, about all the lame excuses that you came up with, and say, man, maybe this old fart is right. Do that. Without that first step, you're wasting your time, and I'm wasting your time. I'm going to eat my breakfast now. I've got bacon and eggs here, and I'm going to take the rest of the day off today. So I think that would be good for you. Think about this stuff, take the rest of the day off, and eat meat.